A short drive will save you money.
Buying a car at Feller Chevrolet has never been a hassle, but during our no-hassle sale, it's even easier. All new and used vehicles are priced and marked with rock-bottom prices on the lot and on the web to make car shopping as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Come to Feller Chevrolet in Altavista or go to fellersdirect.com. 2. Pick the vehicle that fits your budget. 3. Drive it home today. No pressure, no hassle.
A short drive will save you money. Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
While other stations are getting rid of classic country, we're celebrating it. 105.5 KD Country.
Live from Goochland High School, it's time once again for Colonel basketball. Altavista Colonels on 105.5 or KDCountry.com. I am Kyle Haney. With me, as usual, is my tag team partner, the esteemed Mr. Oscar Briggs, Agent Zero, and of course our resident college basketball flash. What else are you an expert at? I was going to call you our college basketball expert, but then the list was pretty short there. So, Mr. Briggs, though, I'm happy to have you. What's going on?
Good to be here. Altavista coming in at 7-2. I met Goochland earlier in the year, actually the first game of the season at Altavista High School, 1 week out of football, and Goochland took Altavista 70-68 in overtime. Since then, Goochland's gone on. They've got a 7-5 record, Kyle. And we talked to Coach Carlero, some of the kids, and they kind of marked this on the calendar, realizing that Goochland did take them in the first game, and Altavista wants to show them that that was a fluke.
Yeah, this is the second meeting of these two teams, as you just mentioned, and that's the other thing you can be an expert at Oscar, is you can be the Goochland expert. You and Dave Haney and Bob Alice had the pleasure of calling that game, first basketball game on the airwaves here on KD Country for the Altavista Colonels. And like you said, Colonels lose that one in overtime. Very close ball game, but it was obviously the situation there, I think, is well documented. Altavista just coming off the state championship of football. A lot of these guys on this team had really only had 4 or 5 practices of basketball under their belt, so maybe not the most well-oiled Altavista machine we've ever seen.
No, absolutely not. And Altavista fell down by as many as 18 in the first half, and were able to cut it down and actually had a 2 or 3 point lead late in the game. And Goochland did a nice job of getting it to overtime, and then in overtime, Altavista just wasn't able to pull it out. So some interesting common opponents. If we look at that, we'll look at that in a few minutes. But going back to that first game, the big hitters for Goochland were C.J. Johnson and Josh Hayden. Johnson was 25 and Josh Hayden was 22. So that was the only 2 players they had double figures.
Yeah, really doing the bulk of the scoring for Goochland last time, those guys. This is the Subway pregame show, Subway Eat Fresh. 2 fantastic locations in Altavista, Main Street, and also in the Walmart on the Clarion Road. And, of course, it's still January. Pretty much everything's a $5 foot-long special all January long. So make sure you stop in there. Oscar and I had our usual selection today on the ride up. And, again, you can't go wrong at Subway. This is the Subway pregame show. So normally right now we'd have the old interview from the head coach, Mike Carlero. A little bit of technical difficulties, but we are going to try and get you that interview as either the Subway pregame show goes along or perhaps even in the Subway halftime show. Oscar and I will need a break by then anyway, so it's all good. Hopefully the Colonels can continue things going good in their favor. They're 7-2 right now, looking to improve. Timeout here on the Subway pregame show. Tip-off from Goochland. About 10 minutes away. You'll hear it all on 105.5 KD Country.
Man, it's cold in here. What's wrong with your heater?
Well, it used to work pretty good.
Back in the 90s, just call Select Air and get it fixed.
Oh, it'll probably cost a lot of money.
No, it won't, because Donnie will give you a fair price and get it done right the first time.
Maybe I'll call Select Air tomorrow.
No, you will call Select Air today, because it's freezing in here.
Select Air, 841-1580. 841-1580. Online at selectair.webs.com.
I'm Sean Stone of First National Bank. Want a checking account with serious benefits? Look at First Choice Checking. Earn interest at prevailing rate on your entire balance, 400 free checks each year, consumer loan rate discounts. There's even more benefits for an opening deposit of only $1,000. Our over 100 years of custom banking in Central Virginia means we're stable and flexible in serving you. Visit me, Sean, in Altavista and see why this checking account should be your first choice. Certain fees may reduce interest earnings. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
English Construction Company has been in the building business since 1932, so it's only natural that they appreciate the building process. They recognize the fact that organized sports programs build character as well as bodies and minds. They know that high school sports build our youth into more well-rounded and more productive adults. English Construction Company is proud to be a sponsor of high school sports and salute all athletes, coaches, and teachers. A word of praise and encouragement from English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg, Virginia.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns, talking to the head coach Mike Cartolero and Coach C. You guys come off a bit of a wild, interesting game against Brookville Thursday night. You get to win by a pretty good margin, 16 or 17 points, I think it was. Thoughts on the game? I know it wasn't obviously as clean as you would have liked.
Well, we got an early lead, and I think we just kind of went to sleep and lost our focus. And our chemistry was not very good, and to be honest, very concerned about us playing at home right now. We look like we're a little bit better road team than we are home team, and I'm hoping that we can keep it between the lines and keep the game where it needs to be. That's what we talked about.
Yeah, the sixth man, the fans can be an important boost sometimes, but it sounds like you're saying sometimes the guys may be focused on, is it showing off a little bit, or is it just a lack of focus because there's more people they know there?
Well, you're probably right on that. I think sometimes we think we can turn it on and off and, put on a show for the crowd. We got to play the game is what we have to do. We have to play the game. We got to work at getting better each game because we're going to be up and down, and that's going to hurt us later in the year in tournament time. So that's what we talked about after the game. Hopefully that'll get better when we get home on Tuesday.
Yeah, especially against good teams like Brookville was Thursday night. Another good team here in Goochland today. Different start time too, so that's maybe a little bit out of the comfort zone. Last game was an overtime loss for you guys. Obviously, most of the Colonel fans know the situation. There was your first time out. Football guys only practiced for about a week, but a good Goochland team nonetheless. What do you have to do here today to change the outcome?
Well, they're big and they're athletic, and they jumped on us in that first game pretty good, and we battled back and took a lead. We've got to keep Johnson, the point guard, out of the lane. He really broke us down in the first game. And they changed some of our shots. Got some shots. I think it bothered us because of their length and their size. We have got to match them on the glass. We've got to keep Johnson out of the lane, and we've got to have better transition defense. Their big kid can run and shoot threes. And again, that first game, it seems like it's been a year ago, but it hasn't been that long. And we were just getting our legs. So it'll be interesting to see how we come out against them. Again, Goochland's a very good team, playoff-bound team for sure, and they're on our home court. But for us right now, I'm feeling maybe we'll have a little bit better chance away from home than at home.
Right. We'll talk about the revenge factor, if you will. You were an athlete back in the day. I was an athlete. You always remember the guys that beat you, and I know the players you have now, no exception, they're all competitors, so they remember that Goochland beat them. You don't need to play up the revenge angle at all, do you? I mean, they want to win this game anyway. You're giving me a funny look. Maybe you do. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure things out. I would hope that you're right on that. We lost the game, we lost 2, and that was a tough loss, and the Dan River was a tough loss. So you would hope they, ready for it, and they want to get even in that. So we'll see.
Well, final question of the evening. You've talked about building depth before here on these interviews. I know you have in some other places as well. Like where your bench is coming along, or there still needs some work done and more production there?
No, we need some more work. We need some production, and we need energy coming off the bench, and that's a tough thing to learn too, because you're sitting there and all of a sudden you're going at 4 minutes and you haven't been out on the floor since warm-ups, and you got to get your energy level up. You got to have a focus, and that's a work in progress right now. It's got to get better for us.
Well, final moment here on the Subway pregame show is always a fun one. Shout-out time. Used to be a work in progress. I think you got this down to a science now. I hope I didn't jinx you, but we can always add more. We can always add more shout-outs.
You may have jinxed me on that one, but I'm not sure many people make the trip to Goochland on a Saturday afternoon. Well, let's give it a shot anyhow. A big shout-out to my dad, who I know is not going to make the trip to Goochland, but he is listening faithfully on the radio. And I know my daughter Ashley at JMU is listening in on a Saturday afternoon, and my in-laws as well, Billy and Minnie in Orlando, Florida, and my nephew and his family in Manassas, Micah and his group, and Sarah and Swanson, our neighbors, who always listen in and let us know about that. So I think that covers the list. I hope that's it.
You're pretty close. I'm going to mention one other guy because I saw him in the stands Thursday. That's your old buddy, Coach Jerry Rice. He was there. If you don't have him out scouting on a Saturday, I bet he's probably listening. He's not making the drive up to Goochland on a Saturday, is he?
No, we gave him Saturday off, but we keep him busy on Tuesdays and Fridays for sure, so he's probably listening in.
Well, Coach Rice wants to stay busy. Colonel's going to stay busy up here. Tough road test against Goochland. Tip-off coming up when you come back on the Subway pregame show on 105.5.
In the past century, our community has grown, and Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service has grown too, alongside the families they've known for so long. Finch & Finch is proud to have served you over 100 years. A family business, Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, dedicated to your service.
Finch and Finch Funeral Homes. We're here because we care.
Stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, on the ready to keep you comfortable year-round. Locally owned and operated, just a call away, with over 20 years experience. Licensed and bonded. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, specializing in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical, any season, anytime. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Give them a call today. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, Gretna.
High school athletics builds character, teaches teamwork, and provides a solid foundation for life. PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this sports broadcast for your enjoyment. PCM Industrial Services encourages everyone to come on out and watch the game. It's a great time for the whole family. Cheer on the Colonels. PCM Industrial Services, the industrial maintenance and construction specialists, serving the Mid-Atlantic region with quality craftsmen since 1986. Good luck, Colonels.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns here from Goochland High School. Bulldogs get ready to take on the visiting Altavista Colonels. And I told you we'd have that interview with Coach Mike Cardalero. And Oscar, you and I heard Coach C's comments, and obviously he wasn't particularly fond of some of the things that happened in the Brookville game. Altavista getting the 16-point win over the Bees Thursday night. You heard all that here live on 105.5 KD Country. And I'm sure Coach Cardalero happy with the wins, but just a few things he'd like to change about the way the Colonels are playing right now.
Yeah, you heard Coach Cardalero. He's obviously not pleased with some of the efforts. Talked about the passing and the lack of intensity, and you got to believe it after talking to him and listening to him, and again, had the opportunity to speak to him today. If they don't have the intensity today, they could get a nail hung on them real quickly.
Yeah, good Goochland basketball team. And we've said it multiple times about how when Altavista played them the first time, it was the Colonels' first game, and Goochland has played 5 or 6, et cetera, et cetera. Well, make no mistake about it. It's a good Goochland basketball team. Just because the Colonels were a little underprepared doesn't mean that they're just going to roll over and win this game by 20 or 30. Very good Bulldog team, and they're playing them at home here today.
And the Goochland Bulldogs have some good wins on their record this season, too. So, you have to watch out for them.
You really do. National anthem time here in the Subway pregame show. We will return in 90 seconds with the tip-off and so much more on 105.5 KD Country.
This month's specials from your Apple Market convenience stores. Coke 6-pack cans are $1.29 and 24 cans for $6.99. Extra large Lay's chips selling for $3.49. Chicken Parmesan sandwiches and subs special price reduction for January. A Piece's delicious fried chicken now $7.99 from 4 to 8 p.m. only at Apple Market locations Riverside, Gateway, and Main Street, Altavista. You know what they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
A short drive will save you money.
That's right. A short drive can save you hundreds, maybe thousands. The absolute best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Have a trade? When you make a deal, Feller Chevrolet will pay it off, no matter how much you owe. Slow credit? Don't worry. Drive away today in your new or pre-owned vehicle. Remember, if you didn't purchase your vehicle from Feller Chevrolet, you paid too much for it.
Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
Good food, low prices, and great service keep customers coming back for more day after day at El Cazador Mexican Restaurant in Altavista. El Cazador is now open all afternoons, so you can buy anytime, any day, 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, a great place to unwind and relax with friends. Open 7 days a week, Main Street, Altavista. El Cazador thanks you for your business and making them the #1 Mexican restaurant in town.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Perfect timing on the Subway pregame show here. Colonels, Bulldogs, get ready to tip it off. You wouldn't be hearing us without the support of these folks. Apple Market, locations at Riverside, Gateway, and Main Street. PCM Industrial, providing maintenance, repair, and other plant services to industrial and utility clients since its founding in 1986. Tyree Little, heating and cooling, keeping you cool in the summer, warm in the winter. Give them a call today. First National Bank, focused on providing extraordinary customer experience. English Construction Company, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. Feller Chevrolet, a short drive will save you money. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, the happiest place in town. English is your complete home center and headquarters for Davis Paint. Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Services, a family serving families since 1905. And Select Air, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call Donnie today, 841-1580. Of course, we're online at kdcountry.com, all thanks to Walmart in Altavista. Save money, live better, Walmart. Starting lineup time, I think, Rick.
It's starting. We'll start with the Colonels. Goochland hadn't announced theirs yet, but we'll start with Altavista Colonels. Usual suspects in the backcourt, you'll have number 1, Mickey Malbeck, number 2, Juan Thornhill, and number 12, Richard Hubbard. And in the front court, you'll have the Brothers Johnson again, number 5, Demetrius, and number 10, Darius. Of course, they're coached by Mike Parlaro, assisted by Chad Ward, Gribble, Harris, Michael Lee, and again, on and on and on.
Yeah, on and on. Josh McClure, and of course, usual shout-out time, I should say, for Coach Ward. He wants to let his family know that he knows they're listening. Gwen and the kids there having a good time, I'm sure. And I would think we got a lot of fans probably in the Central PA area listening off. It's kind of a long drive up here to Goochland. It's Saturday. People got some things going on and all that. So this is a good one to tune into on the radio.
It is. The Colonels, again, have traveled well. There's a contingent of maybe 30 or 40 fans here. So, not too bad for a 2-hour trip on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and we talked to some Colonel fans that were commenting, hey, it didn't take as long as I thought it would. Goochland out here, and it's sort of the outskirts of the Richmond area. I mean, it's not Richmond, obviously, but it's out this way, and I think some folks think you got to get all the way to Richmond, but it's not too bad of a drive. And
especially if you make all the right turns, it's not bad.
Sometimes it helps you follow the directions and you go the way that the people laying out the roads intended. But, Oscar and I, we like to live life on the edge every now and then, and that's fun, too. Goochland in the home white. Got the red and goldish trim there, orange, I guess, Oscar?
Yeah, that's right. It's close. Difficult to tell in this light. I'm not going to...
It is. It's a little bit dark in this gym. It's a nice, cozy atmosphere. It's not the biggest gym in the world, but it's not a bad size. Colonels win the tip. Thornhill driving early. Puts up a 10-footer. If it's fouled, they're going to say it was on the ground. So after this one, down underneath their own scoring basket. 7:56. Still no score in the Apple Market first quarter. Cheerleaders right beside us, so that might provide a little extra noise. And we do apologize for that. Hubbard has it, left point, top of the key. Goochland looks like they come out of the zone. They skip across court to Juan Thornhill now to the right point. Makes the bounce pass over to Hubbard. Hubbard in the corner to Malbeck. He was looking inside for Darius Johnson. Goochland doing a good job taking away the Johnson brothers. Demetrius is in the high post right now. Darius in the low post. 7:30 to play. Still no score, no shot attempts except the one where Thornhill got fouled. Malbeck, little spin move. He's going to dribble around the perimeter. No activity towards the basket yet. Thornhill has it now.
Goochland set up in a 1-2-2 zone and create some pressure. Nice penetration with that pass.
Darius, long jump shot, won't go in. He was a step in front of the three-point line. Rebounded by the big man, Josh Hayden for Goochland. Will bring it down himself. Passes over to Reggie Hobbs. Hobbs cross court over to a teammate. That looks like Thornton. And Goochland now with 7 minutes going to try their hand at some offense. Thornton taken away, and it's taken away by Michi Malbeck. Good steal by the Colonels. Michi one-on-one. He hands it over to Demetrius. Demetrius off the window and in. Nice, solid play right there on this steal by Michi Malbeck. And then getting it to Demetrius on the secondary fast break. Goochland. Short jumper attempt won't go in. It's rebounded by Demetrius Johnson.
Interesting point, what you heard about Mike Carl earlier. Demetrius had the opportunity to dunk that, but went for the very conservative layup. Nice job.
Yeah, great observation by you. He could have tried the long dunk, but just went off the window with the layup. Got 2 points. That's where we stand. Colonel's early 2-0 lead. Hubbard down low to Darius Johnson, taken away by Goochland. Taken right back by Thornhill. Pitches it over to Darius, and Darius scores a short one from 1 foot. Same situation. I think Darius could have dunked that one, but he just laid it in. Percentage plays there by the Colonels, lead to 4 points. And they do have the 4-0 lead. 6:17 to play in the Apple Market first quarter. Darius Morris has it. Point guard for Goochland. Right-hand dribble trying to get by Michi Malbeck, and they're going to say Michi got him with the shoulder or the elbow there. Foul on the Colonels. First one for them as a team.
Nice job by Michi denying the ball away from the basket, but got a little handsy. And we saw this officiating crew in the JV game, and if you lay 2 hands on the players, they're going to call a foul.
Interesting situation up here at Goochland, and I would assume all the James River district schools, or what used to be the James River, is the same. Both referees, or all 3 referees, working both games, JV and varsity. Here comes Steve, snatches it back at CJC. Early points there for the sophomore from Goochland. 4-2, they got the lead in half. Just under 6 minutes to play here from Goochland High School. It's the Altavista Colonels versus the Goochland Bulldogs. Hubbard has it. 1 foot on the three-point line. Puts up a long jump shot. No good. Rebound is still loose. Tipped down to Michi Malbeck. Thornhill pulls up just in front of the three-point line. Passing down to Michi. Michi slashing. Hubbard, same spot, but this one is for a 3. And it's no good. Rebounded for the Bulldogs, and they lost it. They're going to call a foul on the Altavista Colonels on the rebound. It's on number 5, Demetrius Johnson.
I like Richards attacking his shot. His stroke looks much better, much more confident. He took 2 good strokes, but it just didn't go down.
Yeah, they were virtually from the same spot. The second one was a true 3. Didn't have his feet on the line. 4-2, Altavista lead. Hubbard guarding the ball carrier. Now that's CJC. That shouldn't say ball carrier, but the man with the basketball. And Hubbard will commit a foul. This is the Colonels' 3rd one in a matter of moments here. 5:25 to play. Colonels lead 4-2. Goochland will inbound underneath their own scoring basket. That's B.J. Sneed doing the honors. Bounce passes it in. Thornhill guarding the man with the basketball now. Picks up the dribble. Looking for somewhere to go. Almost a 5-second count. He just handed it off to his teammate. Looks like Darius Morris. Morris has it in that far corner from us. We're down here on the court at Goochland High School.
Well, Hayden fell to the floor. Then he had a call. I mean, that's by the letter of the law. That's a traveling violation.
Yeah, they do end up calling a travel later on, but it's actually on Zarian Thornton, not on the big man Hayden like you were talking about. Maybe a makeup call, if you will. Colonels end up getting the basketball either way. 5:10 to play, 4-2. Goochland still look like they're in that 1-2-2 zone, maybe even a 3-2 zone. Either way, it's not your conventional 2-3 or your conventional 1-3-1. It's a little bit different of a zone. So the Colonels are going to have to be patient, try and diagnose. Nice bounce pass down low to Darius Johnson to get it in from the left-hand block. 6-2. Colonels stretching out their lead. Under 5 minutes to play now in the first.
And interesting, you see Jay Johnson coming off the bench in tonight's game.
Very interesting. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Demetrius Johnson and the Altavista Colonels. Colonels done a nice job on the glass so far. Here comes Thornhill. Stutter step, pulls up the free throw line. Nice down low entry pass to Richard Hubbard, who is waiting around the baseline and put it up from the left-hand block. 2 more points for the Colonels, 2 for Richard Hubbard. 8-2 now they lose.
Long went up for the shot. Saw Richard streaking to the basket. Nice recognition. And timeout for Goochland. They're going to take a 30-second timeout.
We'll take it as well. Early timeout here. Colonels lead 8-2. 4:18 to play in the Apple Market first quarter on 105.5 KD Country.
English is so much more. English is more than a hardware store. English is your complete home center. Everything for every job you do. Always here for you. Get the quality you really need. That's English is so much more. English is more than a hardware store. English is your complete home center.
On North Main Street, Altavista open Saturday 8 to 4.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
early 8-2 lead to the Altavista Colonels here from Goochland to Oster, and Coach Gordon obviously not liking the way things are going early. Took the timeout with 4:18 left in the first quarter.
Well, it's obviously Coach Carlero got a point across to the Colonels. They're playing very unselfishly, high intensity.
Three ball on the way there from Josh Hayden, the big man stepping out, reining it in. Makes it an 8-5 lead for the Altavista Colonels. But continuing your point, I think we both agree. Yeah, he mentioned, if you're going to dunk, make sure it's the right play, make sure it's the sure play. If not, just go with the layup. And that's what the Colonels have done a few times tonight. Just paid off. Davy Jones is in the ball game now for the Altavista Colonels. He joins both brothers Johnson.
And Goochland's going to go man-to-man, Kyle.
They have changed it up. Johnson brothers on the court, Richard Hubbard and Juan Thornhill. Davy Jones just subbed in for Meachie Malvac.
Two nice matches underneath with Hayden and Demetrius Johnson.
Thornhill and Johnson working the low post. Here comes Thornhill popping to the free throw line. He gets the basketball, right-hand dribble, behind the back dribble. Pull up from 12 feet. Off front iron, no good. Rebound still loose. Goochland controls. They want to go in a hurry. We'll slow it down a little bit. This is Cornelius Johnson. Johnson, layup attempt is good. A little hesitation move there. Sort of froze the Altavista defense. And he continued his attack for the basket. Goochland only trails by 1 now. 8-7 Altavista lead. 3:12 to play in the Apple Market first quarter.
After we talked about the intensity, a little 5-0 run from Goochland. Nice job by them.
Yep, Thornhill looking in the corner now. A dribble to the middle of the court. Hubbard bounce passes over to Darius Johnson. Johnson back to the basket, trying to low post his man a little bit and get closer. Now it's over here to Thornhill. Right point. He'll cycle along. Free throw line extended. 2 feet from the sideline. And he's dribbling. His man's not guarding very tightly. Now the defender will step up a minute to the 5-second count. Thornhill lost it momentarily, then he lost it again. Ball still loose. Couple guys on the floor court. Hubbard scrambles and tries to pitch over to Juan. Juan has it back there in the backcourt now. Good job by Altavista to recover.
Nice job by Navy Jones getting back to an open spot to give Juan a bailout.
Yeah, was very smart there. Navy provided the relief. You're going to get a foul. I think this is away from the basketball. This looks like it's going to be on Cephas Harden. He was fouling with Darius Johnson down low. We do see the Johnson brothers wage those wars, if you will, down low that create a lot of fouls.
Well, Harden's got a good build on him. It's fun. That's another good matchup that you talk about.
Yeah, really well put together. Thornhill, low block, puts it up from 5 feet off the window and in. Good job by Juan Thornhill. Really making like a big man down there, showcasing some nice low post moves. Good move there by Johnson. He loses the basketball. They're going to say it will go back to Altavista. Coach Gordon from Goochland thought it was tipped around. Meachie Malvac will inbound. He's back in the game now for Richard Hubbard. Demetrius Johnson from 3 ball. Count it. Demetrius, nobody guarding him, and he said, I think, hey, if you guys aren't going to step out here and respect me from three-point land, I'll knock one down. He has made another one of those this year. 3 more points for the Colonels.
5 for Demetrius so far today.
Cornelius Johnson, yeah, it is another matinee affair. We used to always say it tonight. It is a daytime game, and we're glad you've joined us. Number 25, BJ Steve, converts the inside basket right there, 13-9.
Second basket for Steve.
Colonels have allowed some points inside, and I think that's one thing Coach Carlero probably not in love with right now. They're early going in this game. Demetrius, hot step to the basket. Can't get it to go. They're going to take too many steps. Good solid jump stop, but they do get him for the traveling violation. Walker Allen in the game now, checking in for Darius Johnson. He joins Juan Thornhill, Davy Jones, Meachie Malvac, and Demetrius Johnson. 1:37 to play in the first. Colonels lead 13-9.
Well, Coach Carlero is not happy with that call. Coach official moves quick.
In this case, I think I'm going to agree with him. Terrell Miles in the basketball game for Goochland. Boy, Goochland's really stuffed everybody. They're going pretty deep on their bench early. Foul down low. This is on the floor against the Altavista Colonels. It's on Meachie Malvac. I believe that's Meachie's second, isn't it, Oscar?
It is his second. Meachie didn't like the call and was barking at the official a little bit.
Yeah, quick inbound. Layup wouldn't go in.
The official went over and said something to Coach Carlero. So.
Rebounded by Navy Jones. Jones will bring it up the court. He's middle of the court, standing in the half-court circle. Now he passes over to Walker Allen. Allen going to get it to Demetrius at the free throw line. Juan Thornhill down low. He's fouled. They're going to give him 2 shots. He was in the act of shooting, so first trip to the free throw line for anybody here today.
Nice job by Juan drawing that contact. Pretty heavy from Hayden. Hayden did come over and help him up off the floor. Nice sportsmanship from him. Of course, we saw that in the first game as well.
Yeah, quality stuff here from Goochland. I'll tell you what's always quality, Oscar. The Apple Market and Altavista, 3 great locations. Main Street, Gateway, and Riverside. There's always one close by when you're in A-Town. Thornhill sinks the first free throw. 14-9 Colonels lead. And it's too early to talk about Juan Thornhill at the free throw line. We saw him practice Second one's no good there. Oscar's going to say I jinxed. No, I think I knocked on wood somewhere. Maybe if I didn't literally knock on wood, I did it figuratively. Under a minute to play in the first quarter now, 14-9, Colonel lead. Goochland basketball. Thornhill guarding the ball carrier. They're going to say that Jarrell Miles took too many steps. It'll be a turnover. Ball going back to the Altavista Colonels. We'll talk about the free throws later on for the Altavista Colonels. Varying degrees of success so far this year. Maybe we'll see how this game plays out, see how many they make. Maybe Jones has
under a minute left. Colonels lead 14-9.
Looking for Thornhill. Down low. Good move. Thornhill off the window. Wouldn't go in. Rebounded by Johnson and the Goochland Bulldogs. Here they come. Quickly in the big man. Throws it down. Josh Hayden, the senior for Goochland Bulldogs, with the dunk in transition. 14-11. Still a Colonel lead, but the Bulldogs might have gained some momentum off that play. Under 25 seconds to play down the first quarter. Lob pass down low to Demetrius. Demetrius lost it. He can't believe it. It's a turnover. Goochland basketball.
Yeah, I think you're right. Momentum clearly right now in Goochland's favor. 19 seconds left in the quarter. They're going to hold it for one.
Not what I would call a packed house here at Goochland, but they do have a bit of a vocal fan base. Johnson bounced pass down low the baseline to a teammate. That man is fouled. I think the foul's going to be on Walker Allen. 10.8 seconds left. Foul is not on Walker Allen.
Richard Hubbard has his second.
Yep. So that's two guards that have two fouls early here for the Colonels. Hubbard and Malbeck. Goochland gets it inbounds. That's Corey Alexander, right-hand runner, going up. No good. He got his own rebound. No, he lost it. Here comes Thornhill. 4 seconds left. Thornhill, right side of the paint. Oh, with the Thunder. A big chance. Juan came from about 12 feet out right there on the right side of the paint. Threw it down. What a way to end the first quarter. Colonels, 16-11. They lead. Second quarter on the way when we come back on 105.5 KD Country.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Katy Country Sports Club.
Tyree Little Heating and Cooling in Gretna, keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter and comfortable in between.
Sharky's Pest Control. Let Tony take a bite out of your pest control needs. Doing business the old-fashioned way.
Main Street Trading Company Consignment, now open Wednesday through Friday, 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. till 4.
El Cerrito Mexican Restaurant, Altavista. Throw on a sombrero, shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only at El Cerrito.
Steve Farmer Auto Sales, where there's always a good selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, priced right, financing available. That's Steve Farmer Auto Sales, Main Street, Altavista.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Back at Goochland High School, first quarter scoring, C.J. Johnson with 2, Josh Hayden with 5, and B.J.C. with 4 for Goochland. Balance for Altavista, 5 from Juan Thornhill, 5 from Demetrius Johnson, 4 from Darius, 2 from Richard Hubbard for the 16-11 lead.
Well, Oscar, who says your Saturday afternoon has to be boring? We're up here at Goochland. We've seen 2 big dunks already. I have a hard time thinking anything's bigger than that one Juan Thornhill had to close out the first quarter. Man, you and I saw him take a look up at the scoreboard when he got the steal. He was really just a one-on-one fast break, him versus a Goochland opponent. Turned on the jet, went up to the rim, threw it down with one hand. Impressive stuff. Goochland basketball here to start the third quarter. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Nelson Deuce, who has checked into the game for the Colonels. He does pitch it over to Juan Thornhill. Juan, middle of the court, breaks the timeline right from the three-point line. Shake and bake move over to Nelson Deuce. Deuce will fire up a 3, and it's good. Nelson Deuce dangerous from outside, and the Colonels stretch out the lead. 19-11, 7.5 to play in the half from Goochland High School.
Good to see Nelson with a confident stroke there as the Colonels move a little bit deeper into play, and certainly when they get into postseason, they're going to have enough of additional weapons from the outside. Nelson can shoot the 3.
Definitely. Goochland basketball. I'm going to get back to the 3 balls here in a second. Stevie Jones diving on the floor after it. Jump ball situation. A couple guys got on the ground there. I think the possession arrow is going to favor Altavista, so they'll take over. Good job by Navy to get the tie up. Yeah, Nelson Deuce stroking the 3 ball there. You know, it brings up the point. Beachy Malbeck has 2 fouls. Richard Hubbard has 2 fouls. And those are 2 of the normal weapons for Altavista from beyond the arc. So developing some of those other guys off the bench is important.
Yeah, you'll see Navy Jones and Nelson get a lot of time.
Juan Thornhill going to the basket. He's fouled, so he'll head to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Basketball never really got out of his hands if he was hacked on the arm there. 19-11 is an Altavista Colonel lead.
You want to go ahead and chase him now?
No, I can't. What are you talking about? Why would I do that? 7 minutes to play here in the Apple Market second quarter. Apple Market, a proud sponsor of the Altavista Colonels and high school sports fans everywhere. First one goes down for Juan Thornhill, 22-11. Walker Allen, another one of those guys that comes to mind as far as shooting the three ball from outside. And maybe we should start mentioning Demetrius Johnson. He's got a three-pointer here tonight already. Second one rounds up on iron, then the back plate, and falls down and goes in. 21-11. Colonels have a 10-point lead.
Rims are a little soft. What you call a soft rim is Goochland.
That's how you know Oscar Briggs is a basketball player. He knows about the quality of the rims and that kind of thing. Davy Jones comes out of the defensive side with a steal, but they're going to say there was a foul committed. Basketball's going to stay to Goochland. Foul is on number 10, Darius Johnson for the Altavista Colonels.
Yeah, Darius went and poked the ball away, and the Goochland player continued to run and ran into it, and that's when the foul was called.
Layup attempt no good for Goochland. It was altered by Juan Thornhill. He made number 24, Corey Alexander, have to put a lot of arc on that layup, and the basketball goes out of bounds off Goochland.
And if you hear the name Corey Alexander, if you're wondering, yeah, it is.
It is relation to the former UVA star. Thornhill with the basketball. Not too far from us as we're on the floor here, courtside at Goochland High School. Davy Jones now probing the perimeter of the Goochland defense. Back to Thornhill at the free throw line. Demetrius Johnson down here in the corner exactly in front of us. Thornhill cross court dribble.
Man-to-man by Goochland.
Yep, they'll pitch it back to Davy Jones, who's 2 feet in front of half court. Navy ball over his head. Now he'll use the left hand dribble and get it to Demetrius Johnson. Johnson over to Nelson Dews. Dews looking for Thornhill. It was posted up down low. Good denial by Goochland. This is going to have to try something else. David Jones will slash to the basket. They'll try that. Layup attempt, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. They lost it, though. Darius picked it up. Goes up for the layup. Won't go in. Looking for his own rebound. He can't get that one. And now they're going to get, I believe, number 3, Cornelius Johnson with a foul. Or are they going to get Darius Johnson with a foul? They're going to get Davy Jones. Might be. I think it's going to be on Altavista.
Couldn't tell who they called it on. It might have been on.
They still got number 10, Darius Johnson, on the scoreboard. There you go. They're going to add a second foul for Darius. So that's 2 on the big man.
That's not good either because you've got 3 of the starters now with 2 fouls with 5:56 here remaining in the second quarter.
Yep, and 17 fouls for Altavista, just 4 for Goochland. That number is usually reversed, and that's a byproduct of the high-quality defense that Altavista plays. Boy, Jim got quiet there. I saw a couple people looking over at us like, keep it down. Our guy's trying to shoot a free throw here. Oh, and the first one is up and in. 21-12. That free throw converted by number C.J. Johnson. Yeah.
First points of the quarter. So the Colonels have done a nice job through 2 minutes here defensively.
They have. Second one on the way for Goochland. It's up and it's in. Nice stroke there by C.J. Johnson, this senior for the Bulldogs. And Goochland can go with some full court pressure here. Altavista's going to have to try and break this. Thornhill will pitch it into Navy Jones to start things. Navy going up the right sideline. He does break the timeline. Quick pass to Walker Allen was a little high, but Allen was able to control it after an initial bobble. Nelson Dews over to Thornhill. Thornhill, middle of the court. Thought about the 3. Trying to get some space with the dribble. Now over to Navy Jones in the right-hand corner, right beside us. Nelson Dews has it again. 3 ball on the way from Dews. Front iron, no good. Rebounded by Goochland. It's a little short by Nelson there from the angle. Same spot he made his first 3 ball. 5.5 minutes to play in the Apple Market second quarter.
Difference with that, Nelson was drifting a little bit left and didn't go straight up on that shot.
Good point. Alexander fell down for a moment. Kept his dribble for the Bulldogs. Their basketball. Johnson driving in, rejected by number 5, Demetrius Johnson. Great block and swatted out of bounds. Goochland basketball after the denial by Demetrius Johnson.
And nice rotation by Demetrius to get over. Navy Jones, C.J. Johnson got by Navy, and nice rotation by Demetrius getting over and blocking that shot.
Help side defense, very important. Turnaround Jay from Noah Easley goes in. The big 6-man Noah Easley. Didn't look like he was in full control of his body, but a good shot nonetheless. Makes it from about 17 feet far into the court for us. Colonels are scoring on the near side end. Swatted away by Goochland. Good defense, but Altavista will retain possession there.
In this situation, usually with a press on, Mickey Malback is the one that ends up breaking the press. Now you've got Thornhill and Navy in the backcourt.
Yep. On the court right now it is the 2 guys Oscar mentioned, Jones and Thornhill, also Nelson Dews, Walker Allen, and Demetrius Johnson in the ballgame. Nelson Dews tipped it on the inbounds. Navy. Over to Walker Allen. Allen, 3 ball in and out. No good. Rebound loose, controlled by Goochland now. Altavista pressured the rebound in there initially, and now they let him come out of there with it. Miles to the big man. Took an extra step, though, and that big man is Josh Hayden. When we say big, he's 6'4", 220. Really well put together body. We saw him make a three-pointer. We saw him with a big two-handed jam.
Yeah, he's well put together, but he's very athletic too. That's kind of a Quinn Buckner type build. But I would say he moves a little bit better than Buckner did.
Oscar was the old Quinn Buckner reference. That's what we keep Briggs around for.
Wearing number 23 too.
Oh, Richard Hubbard and Michi Malbeck back in the basketball game. Hubbard has it right now, left-hand dribble, passing it to Demetrius Johnson. Johnson 30 feet away. Now they get it to Thornhill. Right wing, Thornhill, spin move. Looking to go to the baseline. Lost it momentarily. Does get it back. Over to Demetrius Johnson. Allen now, cross court. Good job getting it to Hubbard in the corner. Hubbard three-pointer, no good. Allen and Thornhill battle for the rebound, but it is an Altavista extra possession on the offensive glass.
Not good spacing right now from the Colonels.
Good point. Demetrius turnaround, spin move off the window, went in. Good job by Demetrius. Middle of the lane, sort of had a tough angle. He was going away from the basket. Shot it off the glass, and it went down for two, and he's fouled, heading to the free throw line to try and convert the old-fashioned three-point play.
That one's on Hayden, and that's his second. With 4:08 here remaining in the second quarter.
Free throw attempt by Demetrius. So give the Colonels a 24-15 advantage, 4:08 to play in the Apple Market second quarter.
Demetrius with 8 in the ball game right now.
Solid stuff from the big man for the Altavista Colonels. Demetrius Johnson had the big block, had the three-pointer. Nice little three-point play there. Nice half so far for Demetrius Johnson. Goochland faking a three, driving to the basket. Short layup, but with air balls. And some of that was the Altavista defense.
Thornhill on the block.
Yep. Shot up one again. Here comes Michi Malbeck looking for the steal. Couldn't get it. T.J. Johnson trying to drive. Spin move. Got to pass it up. Now he got stopped. Miles. Cross court over to Hobbs. Hobbs is around the low post. Knocked away by Richard Hubbard. And Hubbard comes out of there with the steal. Nice job to get it to walk around. Great defensive stand by the Altavista Colonels. That brings a nice cheer from their fan contingent that made the drive. Thornhill gets in the air. Pitches it to Allen in the corner. Hubbard circling the defense to the middle. Demetrius has it. He is fouled. Boy, nice job by Demetrius. Saw the defense was a little bit out of position, and Demetrius is actually on the wrong side of the backboard. So kind of a bailout there by Goochland. I don't know if Demetrius had a chance at making that bucket or not.
But it's interesting that, Demetrius has started, we saw him start to break out a little bit in that Brookville game, and we thought he'd have a breakout game today. One of us had said he thought he'd have a breakout game today.
Who was that? Are you shooting your own horn?
I'm not guilty of that
on occasion. Free throw goes in by Demetrius Johnson. Good job by number 5 there. 25-15. 10-point Colonel lead. 3:24 to play in the Apple Market second quarter Subway halftime show. Always going to be hard-hitting and provocative with all the analysis and issues. 26-15. Demetrius Johnson makes the second free throw. Navy Jones checking in the ball game now for the Altavista Colonels. Goochland basketball, they're going right to left from our perspective, or near to far, really, from our perspective, as we're down here along the baseline. Second shot attempt by Goochland. First one wouldn't go in, second one wouldn't go in either.
Navy Jones got for the rebound among 6'6" easily. And
we've seen Navy come out with some pretty big offensive and defensive rebounds all year. Michi Malbeck looking for the backcourt bounce pass to Allen. A little too strong on the pass, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover. Goochland basketball, 2:59 to play. Great. An 11-point Colonel lead.
Yeah, great idea. Allen was cutting down the lane and encountered a little bit of body contact that slowed his roll and overshot the pass from Demetrius.
Miles with the basketball between the legs dribble. Down low, nice entry pass, and the layup was no good. Couldn't convert. Harden just really missed what's probably a gimme, or even what Bob Alphas would call a punting right there. Had an open look at the basket from 2 feet. Couldn't make it. Colonels avoid giving up points there. Demetrius Johnson going to the basket now. A kick out to Allen on the 10-footer. Allen couldn't make it. Gets the rebound. Puts up another one in his foul. Puts up another one in his foul. Good perseverance by Walker Allen. Couldn't get the first shot to go. Got his own rebound. Couldn't get the second one to go. Got his own rebound. And then on the third one, he's fouled. He'll head to the free throw stripe.
And a nice feed from Demetrius Johnson on that play to get the ball to Allen for that little 12-foot intermediate jumper.
And Demetrius really another sign that he's playing a complete game. Normally when a big man like that gets within 3 or 4 feet of the basket, they're going to try and score. But a nice job making the extra pass to Walker Allen. You're right. That leads to points. First free throw goes down.
Walker knocks down the first free throw. 27-15. Colonels lead. 2:24 here remaining in the second quarter.
On the court right now for the Altavista Colonels. Canavis Jones, Nelson Deuce, Walker Allen at the free throw stripe, and And then Demetrius Johnson and Juan Thornhill in the lane rebounding. Second one goes down, so they don't need those rebounders. 28-15, Colonel lead. 2:22 to play in the half. Goochland will walk it up. That's Johnson looking to set the offense. Looks like the Bulldogs want to run some sort of a set play here. They get it back to Johnson. Johnson directing some traffic. Navy Jones guarding him. Johnson will underhand pitch it over to B.J. Sneed. Back to Johnson. Johnson high post to Noah Easley. Down in the corner to Sneed again. Sneed, 3-ball, good. Here come the Bulldogs. They cut it to a 10-point advantage. 28-18. Good offensive possession there for the home team. Allen skying to the basket. Lone strides off the window and in. Good job by Walker Allen. Really caught the Goochland D napping a little bit, I think. Referee's going to blow a whistle. Don't know if it's a foul. Maybe they want more. No, they're going to. We're a little quiet because we're trying to hear what happened.
He said something about 5. I don't know.
I
was concerned that he might be calling a foul on Demetrius.
No fouls put up on the board. Both teams do have 17 fouls, by the way, so nothing really has changed. It's 30-18, a Colonel advantage, and it's Goochland basketball. So who knows? Nice backdoor pass on the bounce pass right there. Boy, David Steyer threw the one-handed bounce pass, backcourt pass. It traveled a full 25 feet, found its target, and the Bulldogs get 2 more points.
Hanging around within 10, just like Brooksville did.
Good point. These did this with great effectiveness the other night, although they never really could cut in the lead more than about 7.
And not just like the Beats, because the Colonels are being very efficient, playing well.
Yeah, Colonels are playing much better than they did the other night. Thornhill going to get to Allen. Allen will try another 3-ball. Too strong. No good. Rebounded by Demetrius Johnson. Johnson going to get fouled on the way down. Don't know if they'll say he's in the act of shooting or not, but it'll at least be a 1-and-1. And they do say he was shooting, so 2-shot foul on the way.
Wow. That's all I can say about that, as far as Trump would say.
Well, Demetrius got the offensive rebound, and really he was fouled as he was coming down. But the referee give the Colonels a benefit of the doubt. Now they do say 1-and-1, I believe, don't they?
He said 1-and-1. Interesting.
Yep. All right, front end of that 1-and-1 on the way. Back iron, no good. Rebound does come down to the Bulldogs with Goochland. 60 seconds to play here in the Apple Market second quarter. Colonels with the 10-point advantage. Bulldogs have it in the corner. That's Sneed. Sneed back to Johnson. Johnson is being guarded by Navy Jones. Great man-to-man defense by the Altavista Colonels all game. High ball screen for Johnson. Didn't really help him out much. Now hesitation, going to the basket. Up and under layup, rejected by Thornhill. Basketball still loose. Picked up by Demetrius Johnson. Johnson running the fast break. Tried to bounce pass to Nelson Hughes. A little too long, and it's intercepted. Here comes BJC for the Bulldogs. Runner on the way. No good. Rebounded by the Colonels. Walker Allen. Thornhill, very wise. They telling everybody to clear out. Let's slow things down. And you're right. I think Altavista wants to hold for 1 shot. 23 seconds to play in half.
Yeah, nice point. 20 seconds here. Colonels lead by 10.
Allen, free throw line, looking down low. Lost it momentarily, but was able to get it back. Walker, no, Thornhill left it for Demetrius, and Demetrius Johnson is fouled. He'll head to the free throw line again. Nice job by C.J. Johnson helping Demetrius up off the floor. Great sportsmanship there. Demetrius Johnson will go to the line.
Sorry, Scott. No, we've seen that both ways with this team, and we saw it the first game. There's not a lot of animosity here. They're competing hard, but it's nice to see that.
Yeah, you're right. Probably not enough of that in sports today. First free throw up and good for Demetrius Johnson. Josh McClure going to see his first action of the game. 31-20. Colonel lead, 13.7 seconds left.
You notice that Hubbard and Malbeck are both off the floor, as is Darius.
Right.
All those 3 players have 2 fouls.
Yep. Smart coaching there by Coach C to get the guys with 2 fouls off the court. Don't give him a chance to pick up the second one. McClure plays the tight defense, trying to trap the Bulldogs. Thornhill got it and saved it. Demetrius is going to try and save it again, but he couldn't. Good effort there all the way around by both teams, particularly the Colonels, to get after Goochland on the defensive end. Goochland going to have 4.8 seconds left. They're inbounding right here at half court. Davy Jones guarding the point guard, Johnson, tightly in the backcourt. They do get it to Johnson. Johnson lost it momentarily. Bulldogs have to hurry. Down to 2, down to 1. Fadeaway 3-ball. No good. Altavista will head into the halftime locker room with an 11-point lead, 31-20. Subway halftime show on the way when you come back on 105.5 KD Country.
There are 2 kinds of country, the good stuff and the real good stuff. We play them both. 105.5 KD Country, WKDE, Altavista, Lynchburg.
Man, it's cold in here. What's wrong with your heater?
Well, it used to work pretty good.
Back in the 90s, Just call Select Air and get it fixed.
Oh, it'll probably cost a lot of money.
No, it won't, because Donnie will give you a fair price and get it done right the first time.
Maybe I'll call Select Air tomorrow.
No, you will call Select Air today because it's freezing in here.
Select Air, 841-1580. 841-1580. Online at selectair.webs.com.
Hi, I'm Daniel Wheeler with First National Bank. Let me tell you 3 things you may not know about a home equity loan. First, even if your mortgage is somewhere else, you can still have your home equity loan approved locally here at First National Bank with speed, expertise, and flexibility. Number 2, in addition to personalized local service, our rates are very, very competitive. And number 3, we may be able to help you avoid closing costs. So let's set up your home equity loan today before you need it. See me at First National Bank's Airport Branch on Wards Road, an equal housing lender.
The following is brought to you by English Construction Company.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Virginia high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show returns, or begins, I should say, from Goochland High School. The Colonels beginning well in the first half, 31-20, and they got out to the early 8-2 lead. Goochland took a timeout. And Goochland did play well there in spurts there, Oscar, my tag team partner, Oscar Briggs, joining me as always. Goochland did play well there in spurts, but it seemed like the Colonels played well the whole time.
Well, they did. We saw intensity. We saw crisp passes. We saw patience. We saw unselfishness, solid defense. A little bit of foul trouble from the Colonels with Darius, Michi, and Richard Hubbard getting 2 each, but they were able to stay out of the situation, rotate through with Nelson and Canabus, and allow those players to just exit the second quarter with just 2 fouls. So nice job by Coach Carvalero keeping those guys out of foul trouble.
Yeah, I'm going to tip the cap to Coach Cardellaro, and maybe we don't talk about how great of a coach he is enough, but you heard him talking in the interview there during the Subway pregame show, or if you didn't hear it, he was a little frustrated about the other night. He was questioning, how do I get my message through to this team, and how do I motivate these guys? So I'm going to give him credit there because he knows, hey, he's been in this game a long time, but he still doesn't have all the answers. I think whatever he came up with seems to be working because, like you said, very unselfish play, crisp passing, smart decisions on offense. And the only, like you said, the only drawback, maybe some guys in foul trouble, but I think he can live with that because that means they're putting a good defensive effort together. I mean, the fouls are probably a byproduct of the energy level on defense.
Well, and a little bit different officiating crew than we ordinarily see, and we alluded to the fact early that one of the emphasis this year throughout high school basketball, and really in college basketball as well, is hand checking. At any time, if they see 2 hands come in contact, it's going to be an automatic foul. Michi was moving his feet on one of the calls, but anyway, he picked up the 2 fouls. But, yeah, nice job by the Colonels really throughout the game, and Goochland played relatively well. BJ Sneed looked good. Hayden got 2 fouls, so they had to put him on the bench. But overall, I think they looked pretty good.
Yeah, Goochland does look pretty good, and they are playing at home. And, man, they go deep. We saw, pretty much everybody on the roster get the basketball and contribute out there. Somebody that always contributes, and we love him for it. Robert Duff, Subways of Altavista. Got to give him a shout-out. I know he's listening back there, and he tries to listen a whole lot. And I'm blown away by how good Subway is, because we get the privilege of eating fresh before all the games. I don't know if the fans at home know that, but Mr. Duff takes care of us before the games at Subway in Altavista there. And, we get to try out different things. We get to talk about it. I mean, it's great. You know what I've been stuck on? I've been stuck on the breakfast scene, with the egg white. Get some cheese, throw some spinach on there, some tomatoes. That's great stuff.
We got to talk about the crunchy burrito sandwich or whatever it is.
That's true. We did see an advertisement for a Subway product, but let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. I don't want to move away from Robert Duff. A couple of things is that I was involved with some distribution around the Christmas time through the Rotary Club and giving out some food to the needy. And, Robert stepped up there as well. And then he actually fed the Colonels today. for the road trip. So they had subs on the way up, and kudos to Robert for doing that as well.
I got a new tagline and a new catchphrase, if you will. The Altavista Colonels, fueled by Subway. And I'll tell you, if the Colonels eat fresh, then I want to as well, because Altavista looking pretty good this year, looking pretty good this game. 31-20 advantage. Let's take a timeout on the Subway halftime show. We'll come back with some stats and some other thoughts. Then tip off the third quarter. You're going to hear it all here live on 105.5 KD Country.
In the past century, our community has grown, and Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service has grown too, alongside the families they've known for so long. Finch & Finch is proud to have served you over 100 years. A family business, Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, dedicated to your service.
Finch and Finch Funeral Homes. We're here because we care.
Stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, on the ready to keep you comfortable year-round. Locally owned and operated, just a call away, with over 20 years experience. Licensed and bonded. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, specializing in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical, any season, anytime. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Give them a call today. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, Gretna.
High school athletics builds character, teaches teamwork, and provides a solid foundation for life. PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this sports broadcast for your enjoyment. PCM Industrial Services encourages everyone to come on out and watch the game. It's a great time for the whole family. Cheer on the Colonels. PCM Industrial Services, the industrial maintenance and construction specialists, serving the Mid-Atlantic region with quality craftsmen since 1986. Good luck, Colonels.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
51 years of outstanding high school sports coverage of 105.5 KD Country. Proud to be the exclusive home for the Altavista Colonels. Proud to be the exclusive home for the state champion Altavista Colonels, Oscar. Football this fall, basketball in the spring, and boy, bunch of others in between there as well. Definitely always have a fun time watching the Altavista Colonels, and they're great athletes. Having a fun time here today on the road from Goochland.
Colonels jumped out to a 16-11 lead after they ended the first quarter. Continued that, outscored Goochland 15-9. They give you the 31-20 score. Just talk about individual efforts. First for Goochland, David Dyer played and did not score. C.J. Johnson with 4. Josh Hayden with 5. Big scorer for Goochland was B.J. Sneed with 9, and then Noah Easley hit the little nice 2-point turnaround jump shot from the free throw line. From the Colonels, pretty good distribution. 7 from Juan Thornhill, 11 from Demetrius Johnson, 4 from Darius Johnson, 2 from Hubbard, 4 from Walker Allen, 3 from Nelson Dukes. Total of 31. One of the really worst halves we've seen out of Darius here in the last 5 or 6 games.
Well, as far as scoring output goes anyway, lately Darius has really been on a tear, and he was hampered by the foul trouble, a little bit limited there.
I was going to use the word saddled.
Saddled, I like that.
But what we are seeing is that Altavista is pounding the ball inside, taking advantage of their physicality. So you got to be able to do that.
Colonels have had great physicality all year, and they are a team. Maybe that's byproduct of some of the football guys being out there. They're not afraid to mix it up, use their body position, that kind of thing. So they are a team that is not afraid to bang a little bit down low. 31-20 is the advantage right now. Subway halftime show wrapping up. Remember, Subway Eat Fresh, Genuine. Pretty much everything's a $5 foot-long special all month at Subway, so you can feed that appetite for less. And, boy, for the Colonels, I think the key is going to be just to continue to play well, Oscar, and stretch this lead out. Taking care of the basketball is going to be important. Colonels are going to be scoring on the far end of the gym away from us now. So our perspective is a little bit different. It's kind of like a north to south now. Colonels will be going north that way. Goochland will be coming south back to us right here near us. We are down here by the Goochland bench right at the end of it.
You talk about north to south, a lot of times the south passes.
That's usually how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what's the reason for that.
I have no idea.
Is there gravity involved somehow?
Yeah, and it's really odd when Vince Myers and I came in, we were talking about the rims, that one of them looked like it was a little bit off, not level, and you looked at it from one corner and it looked that way, and you got to the other side and it looked the other way, so it's a little bit of a optical illusion. Anyway, we're on the play.
We are. Goochland basketball to start the half. They lose it to start the half. Thornhill picks it up on the steal. He's going to bounce past Dimitri Maltback. He had to run it down. He lost it momentarily. Dimitri, middle of the lane. He's going to dish it off to Dimitri. Great pass there by Dimitri Maltback. Unselfish play. Dimitri finishes the fast break. 2 points. Colonels now have a 13-point lead in the blink of an eye.
Well, Goochland. Go ahead. And Michi was at the rim.
Yeah. Yeah, that really was absolutely unselfish there by Michi, because he could have finished it himself. He made the extra pass, got the assist. Demetrius Johnson with 2 more points. Goochland loses it. And Altavista will take over. Michi going to bring it down left side of the court. He'll stop, bring it up to the middle of the court. He's 1 foot in front of half court. Juan Thornhill standing in the half court circle now with the basketball. Pitches it off left point to Darius Johnson. Looks like a man-to-man defense for Goochland. Maltback will circle that defense into the middle of the court. Thinking about slashing and driving. He lost the basketball. Taken away by the Bulldogs. They bounce past it ahead. Hubbard will take it away for Altavista, but he fell on the floor and could not retain possession.
Well, great hustle by Richard being able to interrupt that. They had a little bit of a fast break going, but Richard got his hands on the ball and made a great effort getting down on the floor after.
Well, we mentioned the physicality, and Hubbard is not a football guy in the fall. He's a golfer, but he is as physical as they come. He's not afraid to leave some skin on the court out there and dive around after a basketball. Good screen there by the Bulldogs to free up a man. They get it in the corner to Sneed. Sneed, three-pointer on the way. No good. Nice rebound by Thornhill to elevate and not get the foul call because he didn't really have position.
And he elevated over the 6'6" easily.
Yes, he did. Shake and bake move by Juan. Hubbard thought about a three. Now he'll dribble it to his right and get it to Michi Maltback. Maltback stepped out of bounds there. Referee was right on it, pointed down at the spot. Again, hard for us to see. That's the far side of the gym, but the referee, as I mentioned, right there, had a good eye on it.
Yes, he did. He didn't hesitate. Caught it immediately.
Yeah. Nietzsche, I think, wondering if the court here is smaller. This is Olympic size regulation. Harden has it. That's Hayden, not Harden. Harden and Hayden are both big men. Hayden's a little bit bigger, though. Thornhill on the floor with the tie-up jump ball. Great applause there. And Thornhill's going to applaud his own effort right there. Tossing his jump ball. Colonel's getting on the possession arrow. Great defensive effort by Thornhill. Just would not let go once he tied that ball up.
And you always like that situation when it's alternating possession, when the defense, it's their turn. There's a lot of people, a lot of broadcasters and sports guys think that's the way it should be. If you're defending and it goes to a jump ball situation, it should be the defensive ball.
Right. Hubbard had to sort of save it from going back court on a high pass there. Thornhill has it now, left-hand dribble. Thornhill left side of the court. Takes the screen from Demetrius Johnson. Nothing there. Keeps on the perimeter. Thornhill gets to the free throw line to Demetrius Johnson. Now Hubbard will try a three-pointer. In and out, no good. Great tip by Michi Maltback, but he couldn't get it to go. He tried to just tip it back in on the rebound. Sneed comes down quickly. Puts up a layup. Counted it, rolls in off the back window and down, and he is fouled. I think the foul's on Richard Hubbard. If it is, it's his third. Boy, good job by Goochland to take advantage. Great athleticism by Michi Maltback. Guy up the offensive rebound and tried to tip it in, but he couldn't get it to go, and that's when Goochland was off to the races, and they took full advantage. 3-point play opportunity.
Boy, and we talk about speed. BJ Sneed has some speed.
BJ Sneed, sophomore guard. For the Goochland Bulldogs, his free throw is no good, so it's just a 2-point possession. Altavista grabs the missed free throw. Navy Jones has checked into the game for Richard Hubbard. Thornhill going to go baseline, under the rim. Stops, has to bounce past Navy Jones. Maltback, dead on for three. Let's see if it's good. It is. Boy, what a great-looking stroke from Michi Maltback, and he had all day to pull the trigger.
And what great recognition. He hit the ball out to Michi at the top of the key, and Michi kind of probed the defense, found that open, knocked it down.
Noah Easley looking to that free throw line. Jay again is erased by Darius Johnson. Michi Maltback layup, had to switch to his left hand because he was fouled. No good. He's going to go to the free throw line, though.
What an extremely athletic play by Darius as well. Got out of position a little bit, was able to recover, get up and block that shot.
Yeah, Darius Johnson, rejection at the free throw line, and that started the fast break from Michi Maltback. Michi's first free throw rattles in and out and down. 37-22. It's a Colonel lead with 5:13 to play in the Apple Market third quarter. Check out the weekly specials all game long at all three Apple Markets in Altavista. First foul on C.J. Johnson, first one for the Goochland Bulldogs this half. And Michi Malbeck thinks close free throw. 5:10 to play now. Michi picking up the defense on Johnson right at half court. Again, Mr. Malbeck drawing the tough assignment for the Altavista Colonels. Gets a little help there from Demetrius Johnson. They get it to the big man. Hey, free ball on the way now from Sneed. No good. Rebounded by Thornhill. Thornhill's really collected a lot of boards. One-hand pass up quickly to Demetrius Johnson. Johnson head fakes.
What a pass by Thornhill, and what a great job of reeling that pass in from Demetrius.
Yeah, good team play there. We'll talk about that play in a second, revisit that. Johnson throws up a wild one out of bounds and no good. Thornhill, really reminiscent of those one-handed passes Magic Johnson used to make in transition.
Well, he was at the top of the key and just reared back, and it was on a rope.
Yep.
To Demetrius within 3 feet of the basket at the other end.
Yeah, exactly. So, a full, 45, 50-foot pass across the court there, pretty much on target. Demetrius was a nice little head fake there to finish the points. Here comes Thornhill. Spin move, going up for the shot. Thought he was fouled, lost the basketball. They will say it's off Goochland, though. 40-22 is your Altavista Colonel lead. And kind of like Brookville, Oscar. It seems closer, but the Colonels are just racing out to a very, very good lead here in the third quarter. Inbound play comes to Michi Malbeck. Malbeck sidesteps the bounce pass to Navy Jones. Jones hands it off to Darius Johnson. No good. Ball loose, and Navy Jones gets another rebound. Boy, how does Navy come out of there with all those big guys? Malbeck, free ball for the right wing. Front iron, no good. Ball is loose. Goochland had it, lost it. So that's because I believe Thornhill committed a foul. No, foul's going to be on Darius Johnson. So now Darius has 3 for the Colonels.
Yeah, I'll tell you how Navy Jones gets his rebounds. He's got such a great nose for the ball. He's very knowledgeable about the game, and he can elevate. And I think he catches people off guard because he does jump so quickly. He's got great timing.
Yeah, great leaping ability. You're right. I'd say he and Thornhill probably the highest vertical leaps on this team for Altavista. That'd actually be fun to watch them have a jump off. Bulldogs lost the basketball. Ended up going to be a travel. Sneed fell down. He caught the basketball as he was falling down. He couldn't maintain the dribble, so it is a travel. Good call there. And I tell you, you and I talked about it. Some folks were griping a little bit in the JV game about the officials, but this officiating crew, I think, has been pretty doggone good, Austin. They're going to say Michi Malbeck's got a uniform issue or some blood on him or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what the call was. Michi's got a scratch, got a little blood on him. You mentioned the Brookville game. Don't have the same feel as this game doesn't have the same feel as the Brookville game did. With its intensity from the Colonels, they seem much sharper today.
Yeah, you're right about that aspect of it. Hubbard has it on a cross-court pass from Demetrius Johnson. He'll just pitch it over to Navy Jones. Motion offense being run now by the Colonels. A lot of guys moving around. Thornhill holding the ball over his head. He was the only one that wasn't moving. Backdoor pass to Demetrius Johnson. I'll tell you what, Thornhill was still. That's because he was trying to wait for everybody to clear out and let Demetrius run that backdoor cut to perfection. And it's going to produce a timeout from Goochland. Colonels have raced it out to a 20-point lead, 42-22. We'll take a 30-second timeout with 3.5 to play in the third quarter here on 105.5 KD Country.
This month's specials from your Apple Market convenience stores. Coke 6-pack cans, $1.29 and 24 cans for $6.99. Extra large Lay's chips selling for $3.49. Chicken Parmesan sandwiches and subs special price reduction for January. 8 pieces delicious fried chicken now $7.99 from 4 to 8 p.m. only at Apple Market locations Riverside, Gateway, and Main Street, Altavista. You know what they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
It's a 20-point lead for the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country. I am Kyle Haney with Oscar Briggs. And Oscar, I think it was an 11-point lead at halftime, wasn't it? It gets to 20 really quick. The Colonels have done that on a lot of people this year.
31-20. Goochland with only 2 points in the quarter. Big kudos to the Altavista Colonels defense because they have shut them down.
Yep. We talked about, Brookville game Thursday, how this game was a little bit similar but a little bit different. You're right, though. I definitely agree with you. Colonels a lot more businesslike in this one. There was a lot more smiling, laughing, joking around, and having a good time against Brookville. And that's good sometimes, too. But sometimes there's something to be said for just getting out there and taking care of business. Colonels are doing it tonight. Goochland basketball. Sneed, pump fake. Now we'll put up a runner from 10 feet. Gets the rattle in and out. Nice play there by Sneed. And really some needed points for the Goochland Bulldogs.
When you talk about some speed, you blow by Slow by Navy Jones. He got some speed.
Yeah, good point. Snead had a little head fake, and then he did proceed to go right by him. Backdoor cut. Hubbard will put up a little off balance. Jump shot, no good. Rebounded by the Goochland Bulldogs. Getting it ahead quickly. That's Snead again. Left hand off the iron. No good. Rebounded by the big man. Hayes sticks it in for two. Now Goochland going on a little mini run, if you will, 4-0 here since they took the timeout. So maybe the timeout was Goochland's best friend. The Colonels can answer. Thornhill shaking make behind the back dribble. Now he passes it up. Ball finds the hands of Navy Jones. Sends it over his head from the right point. Circles around in the middle of the court. Now Thornhill's got it low block. Left hand layup wouldn't go in, but he's fouled. He'll head to the free throw line. Great ball movement. Great motion offense set there for the Colonels. Produces a nice look at the basket.
He really did. Nice rotation. Warren was able to wheel offense from the wing, and Warren was able to cut down the lane, threw up left-handed, wouldn't go down.
Free throw up, free throw in from Juan Thornhill. Great short, compact stroke there from Juan Thornhill. Not a lot of moving parts in that one. He just gets it, one or two dribbles, puts it up to his chin, and then fires it up there at the rim.
And we saw him in the Brookville game after his free throw woes. He started to shake his head. He was doubting, hanging his head. He looked confident in the line. He looks confident today.
He does. I'm sure he went out and practiced a bunch Friday. We saw him practicing it in warm-ups here in the Subway pregame show. So I think the practice combined with maybe a little mental adjustment, too, has really helped Juan from the charity stripe. 43-26, Juan, second one up, second one in. So we didn't think so. There you go. 2:24 to play in the Apple Market third quarter. Colonels with the 44-26 advantage. Michi Malback guarding the basketball. Nice backdoor cut to Johnson. Taken away by Demetrius. But Demetrius too much contact. They're going to call him with the foul. And this will send Mr. C.J. Johnson to the line to shoot a pair of free throws of his own.
Demetrius' second foul. 2:16 remaining here in the third quarter. Colonels lead 44-26.
That free throw is up and good by Johnson. Coach Carlero giving some instructions to the Colonels on the court right now for the Altavista Colonels. Demetrius Johnson and Juan Thornhill, Walker Allen, Michi Malback, and Navy Jones. Second one on the way and good. Thornhill wanted to get out and run a fast break offense after the made free throw, but he couldn't get it to his initial target, so he had to slow things down. Now Juan has it back standing right in front of half court. Not interested in doing anything. Now he'll go with the left-hand dribble to the middle of the court. Chest pass over to Walker Allen. Allen going to left-hand dribble it out to the perimeter. And they got it down low to Juan Thornhill. Thornhill pump fake off the window and in. Good job by Juan Thornhill. Boy, Juan active on the low block today. Colonel's starting to use him like a big man with those post moves.
And that was a little bit of a return because that was a pass from Demetrius Johnson. Johnson to Thornhill. Good Thornhill to Johnson. So nice job on the pass break on this end. Nice job by Juan blocking the jump ball situation.
Yeah, nice roll reversal for the Colonels on offense and a good defense there by Thornhill as they did come down quickly. Goochland wants another timeout. We'll take it with them. 30-second variety here. 1:45 to play in the quarter. Colonels leading 46-28 on 105.5 KD Country.
Good food, low prices, and great service keep customers coming back for more day after day at El Cazador Mexican Restaurant in Altavista. El Cazador is now open all afternoon, so you can buy anytime, any day, 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, a great place to unwind and relax with friends. Open 7 days a week, Main Street, Altavista. El Cazador thanks you for your business and making them the #1 Mexican restaurant in town.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Live from Goochland High School, it's the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country. They hold a 46-28 lead right now. Goochland inbound under their own scoring basket. Right here, about 10 feet away from us. Johnson's going to try and throw it in. He finally does. Gets it to Snead. Snead free throw line, running jump shot, no good. Rebounded by Goochland. They stick up the second one. That one's no good. It's tipped away, and then we'll stay to the Bulldogs. That was number 12. Cephas Harden on the second chance effort that wouldn't go in.
Demetrius Johnson went up and didn't block out Coach Carlero. Swoop.
Nice inbound play there. They get it to Reggie Hobbs as he was circling around the defense there, coming off the screen. Well-designed play to get points for the Bulldogs. Altavista breaking the full court pressure here. Allen pitches it in the corner to Michi Malback back out near half court to Navy Jones, then to Juan Thornhill. Thornhill holds the basketball in his chest, looking inside. Now he'll use the dribble a little bit, left hand. Backdoor cut to Malbeck. Malbeck leaves it on the extra pass to Demetrius Johnson, and then Johnson's fouled. Didn't get the basketball out of his hands for a shot attempt, but he was in the act of shooting, so he'll go to the free throw line for a pair.
Another great play. Very unselfish. Little short, what was that? You talk about the Carolina system of old with little short passes and getting closer and closer. Nice job by the Colonels on that.
Yeah, great ball movement, unselfish play. Thornhill using the dribble to really free up the backdoor cut, and then he gets it to Michi Malbeck on the bounce pass, and then Michi with the extra pass there. It is pretty impressive to watch, and like you said, a little bit reminiscent of the old Dean Smith days with the motion offense. 48-30. Demetrius knocks down the free throw. Demetrius with 8 for 4. 64 seconds to play in this quarter. Goochland basketball. Navy Jones guarding the ball. Now they get it over to Corey Alexander. Alexander guarded by Michi Malbeck. Free ball on the way from Johnson. No good. Nice job by number 1 Malbeck to sky up and grab the rebound for the Colonels. He'll bring it down middle of the court himself. Over to the left side to Juan Thornhill. Juan right in front of the Altavista bench. Just a few feet from Mike Carolero. Gives him a little instruction there. Now Juan will back it up. He's just a few feet in front of half court now. Nobody coming out to guard Juan, so he doesn't care to do anything. Right hand dribble now. Left hand. Switching it back and forth. 5-second count is being administered, but Juan breaks that long cross-court pass to Michi Malbeck now. Michi probably going to do the same thing, just stall a little bit. Here comes Thornhill going to the basket. Pitches it back out. It got deflected, but it finds Walker Allen. Allen's struggling in the corner. They're going to say Allen stepped out, but did Coach Carolero get his timeout in time? The officials are going to talk about this. One referee called Walker Allen out of bounds. One referee gave Coach C the timeout. From came first.
From my point of view, it looks like the timeout came first.
I think they're going to agree with you, Oscar. We'll take a 30-second timeout as well. 20.4 seconds left. Colonels will have the basketball when you come back on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money.
That's right. A short drive can save you hundreds, maybe thousands. The absolute best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Have a trade? When you make a deal, Fellers Chevrolet will pay it off, no matter how much you owe. Slow credit? Don't worry. Drive away today in your new or pre-owned vehicle. Remember, if you didn't purchase your vehicle from Fellers Chevrolet, you paid too much for it.
Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
It's an 18-point advantage for the Altavista Colonels, 48-30. Mike Carolero using the timeout there because he saw Walker Allen was in trouble. And Altavista will have the basketball and inbound with 20.4 seconds left in the third quarter. Ball back doing the honors there. Gets it to Navy Jones in the backcourt, which is okay on the inbounds now. Navy breaks the timeline. Handoff play to Juan Thornhill. Thornhill, crossover dribble. Guarded very tightly. Now he'll go right hand. Blows by his defender. Kick out on the bounce pass to Michi Malbeck at 3. Down to 7 seconds. Down to 6. Here comes Demetrius running the baseline. Swatted away right there. Great defensive effort by Corey Alexander, but they're going to get Alexander for the foul. Comes with 4.7 seconds left. And Demetrius will go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Nice job by Demetrius going up strong. Drawing the contact.
Well, you always see the Colonels very patient in these end-of-quarter situations. They're always probing and looking for the open look. Sometimes it's a designed three-point setup, but if that's not there, they're not afraid to go to the basket like Demetrius did. Free throw, no good. Second one on the way. 4.7 seconds left. On the floor to end the quarter for the Colonels, you got Navy Jones, Nelson Deuce, Walker Allen, Demetrius Johnson, and Juan Thornhill. Here comes the free throw from Demetrius. Front of the rim, then back slate off the back window and in. Goochland will inbound, just under 5 seconds to play. Long baseball pass, kicked off by Demetrius Johnson. Went down low for Thornhill. Ball goes back to Goochland. Half-hearted half-court attempt on the shot is no good. And the Colonels have played 3. They lead by 19. Fourth quarter on the way. When you come back, it's a 49-30 Colonel lead on 105.5 KD Country.
English is so much more. English is more than a hardware store. English is your complete home center. Everything for every job you do. Always here for you. Get the quality you really need. That's English is so much more. English is more than a hardware store. English is your complete home center. Center.
On North Main Street, Altavista open Saturday 8 to 4.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Well, Coach Cardellaro mentioned in the interview that the Colonels have been pretty good on the road all year. Oscar, no exception so far, 19-point lead. We still got a quarter to play, but things going out this way so far.
Very solid defensively. On the offensive end, very patient, running the motion offense. Very business-like effort. I mean, I don't mean that, that it's a cold whatever, but it's very business-like. They've executed extremely well.
Yeah, they really have executed it. There's just one or two little things here and there. And, I said something before. Don't get me wrong. The Colonels have been doing some laughing and smiling and joking around out there. They always do. They're a fun-loving bunch, but maybe not as much as Thursday against Brookville. Colonel's going to spread the court, little four corners offense. Thornhill's in the middle with the dribble. Backing it out to the half-court circle. Now he goes towards the basket, bounce pass. They get it down low to Darius Johnson. Johnson going up, 2 points and in. Ball got to Hubbard's hands, and then Hubbard was the one that got the assist there on the nice bounce pass. 51-30. Colonel just stretched the lead out to start the fourth quarter. Taken away by Darius Johnson. Darius got a look at the basket, but he slipped and fell down. They call him for the travel.
And that's only Darius' 6th point of the night. And, certainly the lowest output from him we've seen this year.
Yeah, a lot of foul trouble for Darius Johnson. He's got 3 right now, playing with 3. Comes back in the game. And, on the other hand, the Colonels haven't exactly needed him because other guys have been playing well. Backdoor cut for Goochland. Pass never finds its target. It finds the back wall, so it's a turnover. Altavista will take it.
Quickly they'll take it.
Yeah, they got out of there in a hurry. Thornhill has it back. He passed away momentarily. Holds it at his hip. Hasn't initiated a dribble yet. Now he does with the right hand. Chest pass over to Demetrius Johnson. Johnson at the perimeter. Now to Richard Hubbard. They're going to call a foul away from the basket. They're going to get Darius Johnson, I believe, on the foul. Yep, and there will be 4 on Mr. Johnson. And the big man, Josh Hayden, were battling down low. Called Hayden on one earlier. This time they're going to get Darius Johnson with 1. Let's see if Coach Cardellaro leaves him in with 4 fouls.
He was being battled by Jefferson down low, and pretty big mismatch, and Jefferson was really shoving him around.
Goochland basketball. They lose it, though. Michi Mall back on the takeaway. Michi going the other side, going to the middle lane. He is bumped. Little floor check, if you will, there, and still just inbounded. He was not in the act of shooting yet. Colonel will get it underneath their own basket. 6:55 to play in the basketball game. They lead by 21.
That was on Darius Morris, a 5'5", 180-pound fire plug.
A fire plug. That's the only way you can describe a guy like that. Michi was looking for one on the lob play on the inbound. Taken away by Goochland, though. And Michi gets it into Navy Jones. Now Richard Hubbard has it middle of the court, right-hand dribble. Looking inside. Chest pass over to Demetrius Johnson. Left wing. Johnson, backdoor cut to Navy Jones. Jones went up, had it taken away, really stripped away. Goochland going to come out of there with him. They're going to run the court. The big man Hayden has it. He'll pass it over to David Dyer. Dyer, right-hand dribble, extending his elbow a little bit to get some space. Down low to Hayden again. Free throw line, jump shot on the way from Goochland. Back iron. No good. Too strong. Basketball knocked around. And they're going to say it's going to go to the Altavista Colonels. Looked like Hobbs on the free throw line jump shot attempt. No, I think it was Jordan Jefferson again.
It was Jordan Jefferson. 51-30 with 6:23 here remaining in the fourth quarter. Colonels firmly in control.
Thornhill just going to walk up the court, does now break the timeline. A lot of motion going on in the back court and the front court as well. Thornhill lost it, tried to leave it over to Demetrius Johnson, taken away by Dyer. Dyer bounce pass, and they're going to get Darius Morris, who took too many steps, field fire plug, like they said. Never really had control of the basketball, and that brought about the traveling violation. Thornhill going to walk it up again. Neither team has done much here, really, in the past minute and a half. 6 minutes to play in the ballgame. 51-30, Altavista lead. Demetrius Johnson has it in front of the Altavista bench. Now he'll hand it off to Juan Thornhill. Thornhill will run it back to the middle of the court. Over to Hubbard. Now over to Michi Mall back right side of the court.
Colonels have been very successful in their half-court offense tonight.
Yep. Michi step in front of the three-point line. Now he'll pass it over to Thornhill. Thornhill makes the three ball. Middle of the court. Half of a spin move, then he goes back the other way and bounce passes to Michi Mall back again. Michi looking down low to Demetrius Johnson. Wasn't a great pass. Demetrius had to save it in. Goochland comes away with it on the turnover. Here comes Terrell Miles. Miles going to the basket hard, and they're going to call it for a charge. Navy Jones getting the feet set, and look at the big smile on Coach Carlero's face. He loves that. Navy just standing his ground right there, taking the contact.
Well, you got to love that from Navy. We see him do that at least once a game. He got there, got set well before the player, was able to anticipate, didn't have to move, and great job drawing that charge.
Colonels have always had a guy that leads them in charges and does it a lot. I'll get back to that in just 1 second. Thornhill jump stop, then a bounce pass to Demetrius Johnson. Johnson couldn't get it in off the glass. Rebound comes down to Goochland. Goochland going to run the court, taken away by Demetrius Johnson. Ooh, they get Demetrius with a foul. A little too much contact. Going back to the charges there, Oscar. Colonels have always had, everybody will take a charge every now and then, but they've always seems like they've had one guy that leads them. 1-on-1 shot on the way here from Demetrius Johnson after the foul. I thought Demetrius might have committed the foul. They actually called it on Goochland. They called it on David Dyer. But the charges this year, really Navy Jones. Thornhill has taken a lot, too. In years past, it was guys like Kyle Andrews. And, of course, Jacob McClure, who is now a coach for the Colonels, really seemed to lead them in that last year. He was never afraid to get down and dirty. That's why we called him Jake the Snake. 52-30, first free throw goes in for Demetrius Johnson. 5:09 to play in the Apple Market fourth quarter. Second one on the way is good as well.
22 for Demetrius on the day.
Colonel's really good to the free throw line today so far, Oscar. Dyer comes out of there, the back court, bringing it into the front court for the Goochland Bulldogs. Lost it, taken away. It is taken away. Demetrius up ahead quickly. Back to Demetrius. Demetrius wanted the dunk that time, and he was fouled. Glasses came off. Demetrius got the basketball right around half court. He threw it ahead to Dimitri Malbeck. Malbeck threw it back to Demetrius, who was trailing. And then Demetrius was fouled, so he'll go to the free throw line, place that he just left a mere moments ago.
And Noah easily went up to get that block, but he was charged with a foul on that. And I think Demetrius had ill intentions for that one.
Yes, he did. We talked about the Colonels have passed up some dunking opportunities earlier in the game. This time, Demetrius was not going to pass up that opportunity. Thornhill did have the big one-handed jam where he took off from far out earlier. First free throw is off front iron and not converted for Demetrius Johnson.
Apparently, one of the officials saw the Brookville game the other night because he just counted how many Altavista players were on the floor.
Second free throw no good as well. Any violation on somebody for Altavista, it doesn't really matter because the free throw was no good. It came down to Goochland.
Goes on Demetrius Johnson, who knew the shot was off and broke the free throw line barrier.
Darius will check in for his brother Demetrius. He joins Navy Jones, Juan Thornhill, Richard Hubbard, and Michi Malbeck on the court right now for Altavista. Colonels hold a 23-point advantage. Hubbard playing defense on Thornton. Thornton has picked up his dribble, and Hubbard is all over it. Had to throw it away. Michi Malbeck took it away, but Michi stepped on the sideline, so Goochland's going to get fortunate there that they didn't have another turnover. The basketball will go back to the Bulldogs.
And Thornhill and Darius both were streaking down the court on that.
Yeah, the Colonels really go from defense to offense very quickly, don't they? When they see that a teammate has it sealed, they're going the other way in a hurry. Foul going to be on Michi Malbeck as number 25, B.J. Sneed, hit the deck there. Helped to the ground by number 1 for the Altavista Colonels. Michi kind of throws out his arms and shakes his head, saying, what can I do?
I beg the difference that he helped him. It looked like he tripped over his own feet.
I'm pretty good at that myself. They bounce pass it into Sneed. Sneed low block, but it's taken away by Thornhill. Thornhill going to get fouled as he was trying to wrestle the basketball away. Juan will shoot a 1-and-1 now. Going to be 9 team fouls on the home team, the Goochland Bulldogs. 53-30 is your Altavista Colonel lead right now. We got 4.5 to play in the ball game.
And it's gotten a little sloppy here in the fourth quarter. 4:26 remaining. Colonels with 4 points. Goochland yet to score yet. So, just a little bit sloppy on both ends.
Colonels seem like they've been at the free throw line a lot this quarter. Free throw, back iron, then side of the iron, no good, but it'll stayed out for this. It was knocked away by the Bulldogs. Colonel's going to run an inbound play.
Better watch it.
You better watch it. Thornhill.
They got easily underneath, camped underneath.
You've always got to watch Juan Thornhill. They're going to try it anyway on the lob. Juan couldn't really come down with it perfectly, but he gets fouled in the act. The pass was a little high, but Juan still got his hands on it, and they're going to call the foul on Goochland.
And we saw that coming.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of an undercut. Again, that was not intentional. I don't think people know that at all. Reggie Hopkins guarding Juan closely, but Juan wasn't quite able to get in cleanly to knock that dunk down.
Juan sinks that free throw perfectly. And you mentioned the big 6'6" man for Goochland. Noah Easley was stationed under the basketball. He was under the left side, So Juan went to the right side. Michi saw him streaking there and threw the pass. Thornhill will take the basketball away. Michi Malback has it. Michi going to go up for a jam maybe. Ooh, and he gets it taken away. I thought he was fouled. No call, but Darius comes in to clean it up. 2 more points for the Altavista Colonels. Good job by Darius to follow up right there and be active on the play. Michi was going to go up for the dunk on that. Yeah, he was. He was timing it up. Thornhill tried to take a charge. No, that was Navy Jones that tried to take a charge. Shot was no good by B.J. Sneed, the Goochland Bulldogs. Altavista comes out of there with it. Like you said, not the best basketball. Darius Johnson was going up for a dunk, and then he was fouled from the backside. Now, that's maybe questionable whether that was an intentional foul or not. Easily just banged on Darius from the backside.
And laughing about it.
Yeah, maybe he was going for the ball. Who knows? He's going to head to the free throw line and shoot 2. Shot would not go in.
The official went over and said something to Easley.
Yeah.
Nice job of officiating there. I don't know what he said to him, but he said something.
It is 4 fouls on Easley. Free throw is up and good. And I'll tell you, I said it once, I'm going to say it again. I like these officials, Oscar. I think they've done a nice job. You and I talked about the pros and cons of having the officials do the JV game before the varsity game. Maybe they get warmed up. Well, maybe they get used to seeing things. I don't know.
We were able to help one of the officials get a little running start, too.
Yeah, we gave him a good push off our table over here. And, again, we are courtside and having a ball from Goochland High School. Colonel's having the ball. They're up 27, 57-30. Jordan Jefferson has it, picked up his dribble, taken away by Navy Jones. Great pick out, back pocket by Jones. He lost it, though, off a foot of a Goochland defender. Ball is still loose, and Navy has it again. Navy gets beat on a little bit, no whistle. Here comes Darius Johnson running the fast break. Now pass to Nelson Dews. Nelson going to pull it out, but he threw it back court to Navy Jones. So both teams a little bit out of sync here, Oscar.
And Coach Carvalho is coaching the hard. He doesn't want to see them get – it's been a little sloppy this quarter. He wants to keep that tight.
Yeah.
You don't want to start those bad habits again. And immediately we're seeing Jacob McClure come in.
I love the defense from Navy Jones. He's got multiple steals on one play. What?
No, that's great.
Oscar just smiled at me like he was going to say something, or maybe like I said something dumb.
Multiple steals on one play.
I like it. Jones is in the game. Nelson Dews also on the court for the Colonels. They join Juan Thornhill, Walker Allen, and Josh McClure. It's a 57-30 Colonel lead. 3:15 to play in the ballgame. Jones is starting number 4, Darius Morris, who has the ball for the Bulldogs. Morris pulls up. 17-footer, no good. Rebounded by Goochland, though. Good job by David Dyer. Dyer up and under layup off the window and in. Sort of a horse shot right there. Something you do for the added degree of difficulty. But he made it work. 57-32. Altavista Colonels having their lead trimmed to 25. Can a lead really be trimmed to 25? I don't know.
Yeah, obviously it can.
Oh, Nelson Dews, middle of the lane, and he pitches it out to Allen on the perimeter. Navy Jones has it, middle of the court, right in between the three-point line and the half-court circle. Back to Navy again. He's closer to half-court this time. Peering inside the defense, doesn't really see anything he likes. Big pass to Thornhill. Thornhill behind the back dribble, hesitation. Going to the basket, nice backdoor cut to McClure. McClure lost it. Dews saves it. Now Navy Jones has it. Back to Juan again. Oh, quick look down low to Walker Allen. Good job on the quick pass by Juan Thornhill. Great ball movement by the Colonels. That basketball was all over the front court there. And then finally finds the bottom of the net. 3 ball on the way from Goochland. No good. Quick shot attempt there by them, and the Colonels come away with the rebound.
2 minutes, 59-32. Colonels lead. I mean, on the floor from Coach Cardallero, he just wants to put some players in. But
yeah, we'll take it as well. We need a break. Players need a break. 30-second variety. Colonels lead 59-32. 2 minutes to play when you come back on 105.5 KD Country.
Man, it's cold in here. What's wrong with your heater?
Well, it used to work pretty good.
Back in the 90s, just call Select Air and get it fixed.
Oh, it'll probably cost a lot of money.
No, it won't, because Donnie will give you a fair price and get it done right the first time.
Maybe I'll call Select Air tomorrow.
No, you will call Select Air today, because it's freezing in here.
Select Air, 841-1580. 841-1580. Online at selectair.webs.com. You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
59-32, big-time Colonel advantage from up here in Goochland. Nice Saturday drive up here to right around the Richmond region, Oscar. And Lee Cameron had to stay home in Altavista, but he's producing us today. And marvelous job, as always, from Mr. Cameron back at home base.
Altavista substitutions, Cribble, Dylan Allen, and Destin Brown are now in the game, joined by Nelson Dews and Josh McClure.
Fribble will inbound it to Nelson Dews. Dews ahead to McClure. McClure back to Nelson Dews. Motion offense from the Altavista Colonels, trying to break down this man-to-man defense from Goochland. Nelson lost the basketball, taken away. Destin Brown tried to save it back in. The ball goes out of bounds off Destin Brown. So Goochland will take over, 1:51 to play in the Apple Market fourth quarter. Darius Morris has it, guarded by Destin Brown. You and I were talking about how many times we called Destin Brown's name at the state championship game. He was probably a good candidate for player of the game for the Colonels in that one. Nice defense there as he helped stop the Goochland attack. Nelson Dews actually came away with the rebound. Nelson's had a nice game tonight. Yes, he has. Solid minutes from Nelson Dews. Destin Brown putting up the layup. Wouldn't go in, though. Highly contested. Maybe a foul could have been called there. Goochland going to go the other way very quickly. Darius Morris has it again. Right-hand dribble. Now the crossover. Guarded by Destin Brown. Morris dumps it off. Nice look inside there on the penetration. Gets it to Reggie Hoff. Hoff scores the bucket. Good play by Morris on the two-man game with Hoff. 59-34. Still a Colonel lead. 59 seconds to play in the Apple Market fourth quarter. And, of course, with three great locations, Main Street, Gateway, and Riverside, no weekend would be complete without Apple Market. Nelson Dews continues his good game, driving to the basket. Left side of the paint, gets the bucket, 61-34. 40 seconds to play now. Subway post-game show going to be fun, as always, so don't tune away. Dews guarding the basketball. That's Thornton. Thornton gets it over to Jordan Jefferson. Jefferson scores from 5 feet just outside the paint there.
Nice shot. Moving on up for Mr. Jefferson.
Well, east side, west side, north, south. It's all good here on 105.5. Backdoor cut by Nelson Dews. Dews lost it. 17.8 seconds left. Altavista is going to have the basketball back. I wonder if they'll try and score or not. Maybe they'll just try and get it inbounds and run out the clock.
With this crew in, somebody may take a shot.
Yep, Dylan Allen was looking for the basketball. They do get it into Nelson Dews. Destin Brown has it. Brown, crossover dribble between the legs. Now to McClure. McClure just puts the basketball at his hip. It looks like he wants to run the clock out. Over to Chandler Fribble. Fribble going to dribble it to the middle of the court. That'll do it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. There's the final horn. And the Altavista Colonels are a winner. 61-36. Subway post-game show on the way when you come back on 105.5 KD Country.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Katy Country Sports Club.
Tyree Little Heating and Cooling in Gretna, keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter and comfortable in between.
Sharky's Pest Control. Let Tony take a bite out of your pest control needs. Doing business the old-fashioned way.
Main Street Trading Company Consignment, now open Wednesday through Friday, 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. till 4.
El Cerrito Mexican Restaurant, Altavista. Throw on a sombrero, shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only at El Cerrito.
Steve Farmer Auto Sales, where there's always a good selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, priced right, financing available. That's Steve Farmer Auto Sales, Main Street, Altavista.
Have you looked at your business banking fees lately? I'm Sean Stone with First National Bank, and we have the best business accounts which offer serious savings for your company. We have a full menu of business products from checking accounts and remote deposit capture to online banking. And we have a local merchant card representative who will customize services just for your business. So let First National Bank prepare an analysis of your current activity and show how we will reduce your banking fees. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway post-game show. Colonel's a big winner here today for Goochland, 61-36. You're always a winner when you go to Subway's in Altavista. Two fantastic locations. Great customer service, as always. Great choices, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sub, soup, pizza, cookies. All you could ever want for Subway's there in Altavista. Oscar Colonels, they're a little bit like Subway. They're business-like. They get the job done. We commented on that a few times tonight. I think it's probably got a theme, probably the theme as we start the Subway post-game show anyway, huh?
Yeah, Coach Carvalero was very, very pleased. You could tell with the way he was interacting with the kids when the subs came in and the starters on the bench and stuff. So, again, very well pleased with how the Colonels executed tonight.
Absolutely. Subway post-game show. Again, the Altavista Colonels, powered by Subway. Got the great pregame deal. We'll take another time out and continue on with some more thoughts, the stats, players of the game. all that kind of stuff when you come back. 61-36, small time out here on the Subway postgame show on 105.5 KD Country.
The following is brought to you by English Construction Company.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Virginia are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
In the past century, our community has grown, and Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service has grown too, alongside the families they've known for so long. Finch & Finch is proud to have served you over 100 years. A family business, Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, dedicated to your service.
Finch and Finch Funeral Homes. We're here because we care.
Stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, on the ready to keep you comfortable year-round. Locally owned and operated, just a call away, with over 20 years experience. Licensed and bonded. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, specializing in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical, any season, anytime. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Give them a call today. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, Gretna.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway postgame show returns. Colonels with the big win, 61-36. I'm Kyle Haney with my tag team partner, Agent Zero, Oscar Briggs. And Oscar, it was all good today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. First quarter, 16-11, all Altavista. And then the second quarter, again, Colonels outscored Goochland 15-9 for a 31-20 halftime lead. Third quarter, all Colonels 18-10. They put them up 49-30, and then 12-6 in the fourth quarter. Again, great job by the Colonels, outscoring them 30-16 in the second half. 61-36. Somebody made a prediction that the Colonels would win by 25. They were right on, so thanks to Vince Myers for that. Very businesslike, solid, fundamental execution from the Colonels tonight.
Yeah, execution, definitely. Defense, solid as always. I mean, you hold Goochland to single digits in 2 quarters there, and, on top of that, just 11 points in the first quarter for Goochland, 10 in the third quarter. So it's almost single digits all 4 quarters, and that was a potent Goochland offense. They got a lot of guys that can score. They got a lot of guys that can do damage for us. The Subway postgame show will return after one more timeout. We're going to wrap it up. Stats, players of the game, final thoughts, tell you when you can see the Colonels on the court next. Easy for me to say, Oscar. Easy. I need a break. Let's take one here. 90-second timeout, then we're back with the final thoughts of the Subway postgame show on 105.5 KD Country.
High school athletics builds character, teaches teamwork, and provides a solid foundation for life. PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this sports broadcast for your enjoyment. PCM Industrial Services encourages everyone to come on out and watch the game. It's a great time for the whole family. Cheer on the Colonels. PCM Industrial Services, the industrial maintenance and construction specialists, serving the Mid-Atlantic region with quality craftsmen since 1986. Good luck, Colonels.
This month's specials from your Apple Market convenience stores. Coke 6-pack cans, $1.29 and 24 cans for $6.99. Extra large Lay's chips selling for $3.49. Chicken Parmesan sandwiches and subs special price reduction for January. A piece's delicious fried chicken now $7.99 from 4 to 8 p.m. only at Apple Market locations Riverside, Gateway, and Main Street, Altavista. You know what they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
A short drive will save you money.
That's right. A short drive can save you hundreds, maybe thousands. The absolute best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Have a trade? When you make a deal, Feller Chevrolet will pay it off, no matter how much you owe. Slow credit? Don't worry. Drive away today in your new or pre-owned vehicle. Remember, if you didn't purchase your vehicle from Feller Chevrolet, you paid too much for it.
Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
You're listening to award-winning coverage of the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Scoring. here from Goochland High School. First for the Goochland Bulldogs, David Dyer with 2. C.J. Johnson with 6. Reggie Hobbs with 4. Jordan Jefferson with 2. Josh Hayden with 7. B.J. Sneed with 13. Noah Easley with 2 for their 36 points. For the Altavista Colonels, great distribution again. Michi Malbeck with 6. Thornhill with 11. Demetrius Johnson with 22. Darius with 9. Richard Hubbard with 2. Walker Allen with 6. Nelson Dews with 5 for their total of 61.
Perfect timing, as always, here on the Subway post-game show. Subway, make sure you eat fresh. 2 great locations in Altavista, Main Street, and the one in Walmart on the Clarion Road in Altavista. Final thoughts for the evening. I mean, you and I both said it. Business-like attitude, but still some fun stuff, plenty of good stuff to go around. I mean, the monster jam from Juan Thornhill, the one-handed takeoff there at the end of the first quarter, I think it was.
Right, and I like the fact that as disappointed as Coach Cardellaro was with the execution and the things that they didn't do against Brookville, he was able, in a really short turnaround practice yesterday, they came out, it was all business today. Everything that he said, they corrected today, played extremely well against a pretty good Goochland team.
Yeah, it really was. A nice job, again, like I said, of coaching by Coach C. Probably doesn't get enough credit for some of those little things. And a great job by the players, as always, getting it done. So that leads us to the next thing. Player of the game time, Oscar. I'm going to go first. I like it always. Yeah, it seems like that. I'll mix it up on you. I'll let you go first one day. For the Goochland Bulldogs, they had guys contributing, but I got to go with the big man, number 23, Josh Hayden. If nothing else, the big two-handed jam there he had in the first quarter in transition, that was fun. We saw him step out, hit a 3-ball, too. So nice, well-rounded game for him. I know he didn't have as many points as he or the Goochland fans would have liked, but liked what he did out there. Good game.
For me, it was B.J. Sneed.
Yeah.
B.J. Sneed set the pace for him, set the tone, caused some matchup problems, got a couple of our guards in foul trouble. So for me, it was B.J. Sneed. And for the Colonels, I'm going first.
Okay.
Very rarely do I go back-to-back and pick the same player. I credited Demetrius for his hard work in the Brookville game and thought he was coming out of a slump. In fact, I think I called it and said it was a breakout day for him today, and it actually was. 22, hard on the boards, hit the little three-pointer that he had, pounded the boards, was a force to be reckoned with. To me, back-to-back, Demetrius Johnson.
Well, I tell you, you say you called it, and I know one of our old producers, our great friend Nick Bailey, who may or may not be listening, but Nick was a heck of a saxophone player. I think you toot your own horn more than that guy does. I don't know if you play the trumpet or the trombone or the sousaphone like I talked about the other day, but you toot your own horn a lot, but I will give you credit to Demetrius Johnson. Really is. He was in a slump. He's out of it. Maybe he was just in a funk. Who knows? But great pick there by you. I will go in a different direction, though, for my player of the game. I go with Mr. Canavis Jones, just a sophomore. Love the defense that he was playing. Very active. And it's like I said, there'd be times when he'd get a steal and he'd pass it to a teammate, the Colonels would lose it, and maybe would turn around and get it right back. And I just love that kind of activity.
And he had, he does a lot of little things. He had 5 or 6 rebounds as well. So, nice job by Navy. I think that's a great pick.
Yeah, really, a real player of the game is our current producer right now, punching the button. Lee Cameron back at home base. Couldn't do it without him. We couldn't do it without the Subway post-game show, and we couldn't do it without people like Tyree Little Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer, warm in the winter. Give them a call today. PCM Industrial, providing maintenance, repair, and other plant services to industrial and utility clients since its inception in 1986. Apple Market, serving you from 3 fantastic locations, Riverside, Gateway, and Main Street. The Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Services, a family serving families since 1905. English is your complete home center. Headquarters for Davis Paints. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, the happiest place in town. Feller Chevrolet, a short drive will save you money. Don't forget about they sponsor our YouTube rebroadcast, all the Colonel games on demand. Anytime you want to hear them on our YouTube page, just go to kdcountry.com. Scroll down the left side to that YouTube link, and you can check them all out. English Construction Company, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. First National Bank, focused on providing an extraordinary customer experience. And Select Air, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's never an overtime charge. Call 841-1580. Get in touch with Donnie today. Of course, anytime you listen online at kdcountry.com, you can thank Walmart on the Clarion Road in Altavista for that. Save money, live better, Walmart. And final thoughts, Colonels back on the air and on the hardwood Tuesday night at home, returning to the friendly confines there in Altavista. So they'll take on the William Campbell Generals. Another county rivalry opponent comes into town. Until then, have a great weekend, everybody.
Good food, low prices, and great service keep customers coming back for more day after day at El Cazador Mexican Restaurant in Altavista. El Cazador is now open all afternoons, so you can buy anytime, any day, 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, a great place to unwind and relax with friends. Open 7 days a week, Main Street, Altavista. El Cazador thanks you for your business and making them the #1 Mexican restaurant in town.
English is so much more. English is more than a hardware store. English is your complete home center. Everything for every job you do. Always here for you. Get the quality you really need at English is so much more. English is more than a hardware store. English is your complete home center.
On North Main Street, Altavista. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Katy Country Sports Club.
Tyree Little Heating and Cooling in Gretna, keeping you cool in the summer and warm in the winter and comfortable in between.
Sharky's Pest Control. Let Tony take a bite out of your pest control needs. Doing business the old-fashioned way.
Main Street Trading Company Consignment, now open Wednesday through Friday, 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. till 4.
El Cerrito Mexican Restaurant, Altavista. Throw on a sombrero, shake your maracas. It's El Cerrito time. Authentic Mexican cuisine only at El Cerrito.
Steve Farmer Auto Sales, where there's always a good selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, priced right, financing available. That's Steve Farmer Auto Sales, Main Street, Altavista.
There are two kinds of country, the good stuff and the real good stuff. We play them both. 105.5 KD Country.